So some customers have wondered, why don't we just use a hypodermic needle for MAP gas testing? Well, we've designed two needles specifically to address some of the concerns related to the use of hypodermic needles in MAP testing. If you think about the origins of a hypodermic needle, they're specifically designed to puncture skin and also to inject or draw out liquid. When you're doing MAP gas testing, you really don't want to pierce skin, and you also don't want to ingest or draw in any kind of liquid into the gas analyzer. So here you'll see a typical hypodermic needle. They're just a cross-cut piece of stainless tubing, and it's cross-cut at a very sharp angle, almost a razor blade type angle there, and you'll see the cross-cut for drawing out liquid. You compare that to what we have in our MAP needles, specifically designed for gas testing in the MAP environment. We have a cross-drilled hole. If you look carefully, you can see that. There's a pencil point, so you need some level of sharpness, but nowhere near a hypodermic needle. But the cross-cut hole basically, or the cross-drilled hole, allows for gas to enter on either side of the needle, and then it draws up through the center of the sanitary tubing. They both connect via a lure lock fitting, so that's similar as well. So that would connect directly to the 25 millimeter filter. So this is our standard design MAP needle. We have a second one as well, which we designed for customers that want a thicker gauge or a larger gauge needle. And also it has a barbed fitting at the end, which is used when they do calibration gas testing. But you'll see the same cross-drilled hole here. You can see it better because it's a thicker gauge. And this was designed mainly for the case-ready meat market. And so what they do when they do their testing is when they're finished testing a package, they will cut the film wide open because they're going to repack that meat. And what we were finding was that with our standard needle, those needles were bending because they used the needle to actually cut the film. So we went to a thicker gauge, and it's been very successful in that market. If you were to do calibration, which a lot of our customers do, basically you have a calibration test stand with tubing to supply the gas. So what you do is you basically put the needle in the tubing where you're flowing gas, and you need to ensure that you're not drawing in any ambient gas or ambient air to your sample gas. If you're using a hypodermic needle, you really have no way of attaching the tubing to the needle. Even if you try to push it on, it doesn't stay on. So you'll see there's no way to do it. And then if you used our standard needle for that process, it's a little better. There is a tapered end there, and you can kind of push it on, and you'll see if we try to pull it off, it'll stay on there, but it'll pop off pretty easily. If you think about this being used in a moist or high humidity environment, or even in a cold, humid environment, the tubing gets hard and the moisture makes it easy to pop off as well. So even that was a challenge. So that's really why we went to this other needle. Both are available, but if you're doing calibration, you really want to have this needle, which has a built-in barb specifically designed for that tubing. So when you push on the tubing, now you've got a very, very good seal. And that helps to ensure that you have a good calibration test when you do it. You're for sure not getting in any ambient air with that kind of a seal. And that's really why we designed these things specifically for the MAP market, be it case-ready meat or any other fresh cut product. You've got options when you come to Bridge. Thank you.